This is our evaluation 7 question, and we're going to compare our actual thriller to our preliminary task. And we've looked over it and we've noticed that there are a few differences, and these are the things that we picked out.
The quality of shot in our preliminary task had a very few good points to it, like we stuck to the 180-degree rule.
Also, the camera was steady because we used a tripod. However, it looked unsteady during the zoom. This was because it was done freehand and it was actually our first time doing a zoom.
The things that we could have improved on was that we could have used the tripod more, since some of our shots were still shaky, such as the high angle shot of the two dead bodies. We also forgot to use a shot reverse shot, and we didn't use a wide range of camera angles.
Comparing this to our actual thriller, the camera was also still during this, but during the chase scene, it was a bit unsteady because we had to use a dolly and the ground was kind of unlevel.
We also used a wider range of camera shots, for example the pan, which was extremely smooth. The quality of image in the preliminary task differed. This is because the lighting was extremely bright during the first day and extremely dark during the second. We filmed the preliminary task over 2 days.
Similarly, in our actual thriller, the lighting also changed. This was because we filmed it over 3 days.
The preliminary task had a better image quality. This is because there was a less of a difference with the lighting. Quality of sound during our preliminary task, we only included non-diegetic sound throughout the whole sequence. We also used unnecessary sound effects, such as during the money exchange for the drugs.
The only reason we used non-diegetic sound was because we didn't have a boom, and it was a bit windy and you could hear everything in the background. So this is why we decided to download some music and include it in our preliminary task. During the actual thriller, we used non-diegetic sound to open with. This was so that we could set the scene and kind of tell the audience what was happening through the music.
We also tried to adjust the audio levels in some of the shots because at some points the wind was extremely stronger and it overtook the actual talking.
Yeah, the dialogue. The continuity during the preliminary wasn't too much of an issue. The costume had stayed the same throughout the whole task, and the props that we used, they stay the same. We only used them once. These were the money, the drugs, and the mobile phones. Different days made the lighting seem different, so that's why towards the end you can see that it looked like my shirt changed from red striped to white, and it looked like my trousers changed from navy blue to black, but it was only because of filming over 2 different days that the lighting had changed.
Also, due to the lighting, the characters had shadows during the opening and later on the shadows just vanished as it went darker. In our action thriller, costumes stay the same throughout the whole thriller. We also use the same props. However, James's gloves were off in one of the shots, so we broke continuity a bit. In our preliminary task, we included a match in action from the beginning when Sam and James walked around the corner. Later on, there was an eye-line match of James looking over to see Destiny looking over the wall.
To add to that, we also did not break the 180-degree rule. Comparing it to our actual thriller, we used a crosscut right at the beginning when me and Sam were walking mind our own business. This was so that we could set the scene as to what was going to happen throughout the rest of the film.
Similarly, we also included an eye-line match where my character spotted Sam.
Like in the preliminary task, we included a match in action, and in this we did it where I was chasing Sam around the corner.